I've been working with Peng about a year. I followed my husband Doug, who's been working with Peng about 4 years. And I actually came for the first visit prior to my COVID vaccination because he was offering the COVID protocol. And I'm very glad that I did that. And then we started talking about other issues, and it went from there, and he's been a great help to me over this past year.
So I started about 4 years ago. I was having some physical issues that weren't being addressed quickly enough with the physical therapy I'd been taking at the time. So I started looking for an acupuncturist, and I found Peng, who happened to have an office 3 blocks from my house. So I thought, oh, I'll try him, because I'd never had any experience with acupuncture before, so it was new to me. And so I feel like I walked into a pretty good situation just by blind luck, because he was so close to my house. So I did get some relief for those issues, and then I stopped seeing him for a while, and then with the COVID thing, I went back again, and I've been seeing him ever since for a bunch of other physical issues that have come along. And I think one of the big pluses I've had from working with him over the last year is not only relief for some physical problems, but mental clarity has kind of crept back into my being. I've had times where I have to speak in public, and a lot of times I'll get up and start speaking and the thought just disappears. And since I've been seeing Peng, that hasn't happened, which I think is probably related to the acupuncture, but I don't know. But I'm going to keep going, and hopefully it'll continue.
He is very aware of my energy and what's not moving and what he needs to do to get things moving. And so after every session, I feel it a lot. The energy is moving, and I'm starting to feel better. I may be a little tired afterwards because sometimes we have to move a lot of energy. But just that he's very in tune with what's going on, and he has that ability to see, where you are needing a little bit of help.
Well, definitely the being able to sense what's going on is pretty cool. One time we had our appointments back to back, so we drove together to the office, and Peng walks out into the waiting room to pick us up, and he looks at us and goes, oh. We walk back in, and he goes, you guys are both way off. So, he just walks through the room, and he knows what's wrong with you. Right. I think that's pretty neat.
Or do you have a headache? Yes. I have a headache.
Yeah.
It depends on the day. I was just in a couple of days ago for a session, and I felt a lot of energy, particularly on the left side of my body. And I was remarking to Peng afterwards, the left side of my body is like electric. It's just, I can feel it running from head to toe. So sometimes I feel that. Sometimes I feel that throughout my whole body. Sometimes there's a very deep sense of calming and relaxation. So I often feel that, and we've been doing some work on some carpal tunnel issues, and the relief is almost immediate when he starts working. So it's nice to be able to see and sense what's happening so quickly.
I'd say about half the time I fall asleep because I'm so relaxed. And about half the time I'm wired just because I don't know what it is about what he's doing, but it just, my brain just like goes into overdrive, and I'm just laying there thinking, oh, I gotta do this, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. He comes and takes the needles out, it's like, I'm ready to go. But a lot of times I just relax so much that I take a little nap, and that's nice.
Doug had mentioned earlier about that clarity of mind. That's big for me also. I've noticed over the course of the year that I've been seeing him, it's just a much clearer picture of things. I work as one of my jobs as a singer, and I have stage fright, and I use music often. Lately, I haven't had to. I use the music because I'm afraid I'll get up there and forget all the words and and whatever. And I haven't had to use that lately. It's something that I just noticed, not as I was doing it, but after my last singing engagement. I thought, I didn't even really have to look at anything. Everything was just right there in my mind. I attribute that to the acupuncture. And also that sense of calm is really noticeable. Just a better sense of being and well-being is noticeable. I think you mentioned it too with the music.
Yeah, I think things seem a little easier to focus on, yeah, for sure. And physically, I feel like the issues that I've been coming to address have slowly been improving. And you know, I'm a 65-year-old dude, so your body doesn't heal as quickly as it did when you're 30 or 40, you know. So to me, it's good news that things are improving. I don't expect it to be 100% next week, you know, but I'm taking baby steps, and that's good. And I think that's because of acupuncture, for sure.
Oh, definitely. Make it part of your lifestyle. It's just so important, especially during this pandemic where you're either ignoring things that are going on with you or you're hyper aware of everything that's going on with you. It's a wonderful way to address issues and to just feel better about everything, physically, spiritually. Yeah, do it.
I would say to do it, give it a try, see if it's something that works for you, and be ready for some changes in how you think about things like the energy. I mean, I've been thinking about my own energy as it relates to things that I'm doing in my life, and never used to give that a second thought, but now I think about it. But overall, the experience I think has been very positive for me, and I would encourage anyone to give it a shot, see if it works for them.